What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I have another unboxing. We've got ourselves not one, not two, but three Gemini Jets pre-orders from the September 2024 releases. And trying to find a way where I could probably open this. There's not much luck here, but found some kind of opening at least, so we'll go ahead and get started with unboxing this. So obviously you guys remember the September releases if you saw my release reaction video for that release, which I had to film in an outdoorsy environment because I had a lot of conflicts going on that day and I couldn't get back to my room to record this in time, so I figured just find a quiet place outdoors and get to recording the video so that way we're in good shape. And I know I'm opening this kind of backwards here, opening this on the bottom because this is the best that I can do right now with all the tape that they put on it, which is good for protection, but yeah, this is not working out the way I wanted to, so excuse me a second. Alright, so after a bit of a tedious process there with the unboxing, let's go ahead and get to all the models that we have. And the first one that we have is going to be the Allegiant 737 MAX 8-200. Now, I've gotten a couple reports that the wing flex is pretty bad on this one, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that to see if that is the case. And looks like invoices in one of the boxes. And we've got a pair of retros on the bottom. So the first one we have, the Delta MD-90 Delta Flot. Super excited to unbox this, and this will join my growing collection of Delta Flot planes. And then the third one we have is the United 757-200 Solbass. Also excited to get this one. A critical retro model for sure. So we'll take these three lovely pre-orders up to the studio and unbox them. So I'm running out of space on my SD card, but what can you do? Forgot to format it and clear it before I started recording, so I'll just have to make do with it, but I still got like maybe 26 minutes left on it, so plenty of time for three models. I'm not going to take too long on each of them. But let's get started with the first of the three. We're going to be doing the modern first, and then we'll do the two retros after. We've got the Gemini Jets 1:400 scale Allegiant Air Boeing 737 MAX 8-200. This is a brand new type for Allegiant Air, and as I record this, they are still doing all kinds of proving flights for the aircraft. I've heard that it will enter service sometime in November, so be on the lookout for that. And hopefully Sioux Falls will get them soon. I know Rapid City, they're expected to get them at the start of next year. And I'm guessing all my other airports that I do on the channel for Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Sioux Falls will also get them very soon. So we've got the Gemini Jets box art here for the Allegiant aircraft, which is much different compared to the rest of their airlines that they do. So we've got two 737 MAXs on the front, and I believe one of them should be a MAX 7, and the other's a MAX 8-200. So Allegiant has the MAX 7 on order, but that type still has yet to be certified. There it is inside. It's so weird to see an Allegiant Boeing aircraft in the new livery. I know, of course, they operated the 757 for flights to Hawaii many years ago, but they retired those some time ago as well. There's the top of the pamphlet there, which is just a little Allegiant advertising thing. On the back, this is a more standard Gemini box design with the image of the plane, Allegiant logo on the bottom. There's the right side. Item number is GJAAY 2285. Bottom of the box, which has the copyright date 2024, of course. There's the left side and the top side. So let's go ahead and unbox this, and we'll check out the wing flex. Hopefully it's not horrible, but we'll get a good look at it here in just a moment. Let's see. Initial glance doesn't look too bad, but obviously they can be very deceiving. So let's take a look. Well, yeah, it looks kind of off on one side, but you know, I've seen worse, to be honest. So I'm not gonna make a huge scene of it. The good news is that all the wheels, they do roll, and I should do my QC check just to make sure everything is intact, which it is. So at least that's good. But yeah, so there is the Allegiant MAX 8. Let's get to the review. And here she is, the Allegiant 737 MAX 8-200 by Gemini Jets. Get you a good look at the front profile, and you can see there is some wing flex on it, especially on that left side, and then the right side, it's about the same as well. So yeah, a little unfortunate we do have that wing flex going on, but you know, it's nothing. I can't do anything about it, certainly. I'm not going to remove the wings and try to reglue them because that just takes too much of my time, and I'd risk damaging the model in the process, so we don't want to do that. But anywho, let's go ahead and begin with the review. So starting off at the front, we've got the nose cone. We've got the cockpit windows 737-8-200 printed there. Fleet code of 810 on the nose gear door, a nose gear of course. Then we have the L1 boarding door, the Allegiant titles, which are printed really well. And then we move into the LEAP engines right there, which look pretty good. Thankfully are not pointing upward on this side. The other side, maybe a little bit up, but not horrible. I've seen worse. Got the 2 overwing exits, 1 antenna up there on the top, and then the L3 door with the second antenna back over there. There are none on the bottom. And then we move to the rear. Got the L2 door, L3 door, and the registration November 810 Mike Golf there first, although 811 November Victor is in proving flights right now. 810 Mike Golf hasn't flown to my knowledge. And then we have the Allegiant tail, which is a very nice deep blue. It feels a little deeper compared to the Airbuses, so not sure if that's just a shading thing that's a little different from the Airbuses or what. Moving to the right side of the aircraft, not too much different over here. We've got the luggage doors, Allegiant titles. Everything is the same. The gears do roll. It's a little bouncy in some areas. The rubber is not really consistent. But again, very minor defects, so I can't say too much there. And then there is the right side of the aircraft. So overall, a nice solid model here. Definitely would recommend it still despite the wing flex going on. Maybe NG will do it in the future, who knows, but knowing how NG has worked with their releases lately, it's probably not likely, but we'll have to make do with it because that is what we do around here. So that takes me to the second model that we have in this unboxing, and that's going to be the Gemini Jets 1:400 scale Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-90 with the Delta Flot livery. Gemini on a grind with the Delta Flot livery lately. This year we've gotten the 764, the MD-88, the MD-90, and now a CRJ 900 in 400 scale. CRJ 900 in Delta Flot colors, never been done before. I don't even think they've done a 200 scale release. That's the first time they've ever touched the CRJ 900 in their history, which is ridiculous to think about. So I have that on pre-order. I will be getting that in about a month, whenever it arrives, sometime like early mid-November. So keep an eye out for that unboxing. I'm excited to receive it. But anywho, we do have the MD-90 to take a look at. So standard Gemini box there, and then we move into the aircraft pamphlet there, which has all your details for the type. And then on the back, 2024 release, and the item number on this is GJDAL 1417. So this is another release they must have planned out years ago, and they didn't do it until now, with the increased competition from NG trying to pump out these Mad Dogs, even though they have only done the Americans as of late, and the samples. Take this beauty out. Oh my gosh. This is even better than the MD-88, I have to say. Holy cow. Yeah, cradle mold there, so don't worry about the wings coming off. But yep, everything is beautifully attached, and what a gorgeous bird she is. My goodness. Can't say enough good things about Gemini Jets this year with all the releases that they've done, all the retros and everything. They have been killing it, and they know it. So please keep this grind up, Gemini Jets, because you are becoming a very good competitor once again in the space and proving that you can still be the best, even with some mold issues and all that on some of the models. Honestly, doesn't bother me. What can you do? And here she is, the Delta MD-90 Delta Flot by Gemini Jets. A friend of mine reported a paint defect on the wings, or just above the wings on the fuselage. Thankfully, mine doesn't have that, which is good news. So happy to report that there are no major defects with this model. So let's begin with the review. It's a little bit out of focus. There we go, that's a little better. Starting off at the front, we've got the nose cone, cockpit windows, and the nose gear door stuff there. Little streak, which is not molded on there. It's actually just printed. Yeah, not a molded detail like on the MD-80 series. Let's get that back into focus there. We have the SkyTeam logo on the L1 door, and then the Delta titles with the soft widget in this case. One antenna up there on the top, and that's the only antenna on this model. Move towards the rear, we do have the overwing exits and American flag, registration November 910 Delta November. We move into the V2500 engines, which are very big compared to the MD-80 engines. And there is the Delta Flot tail with a fleet code printed right there, 9210. And then around onto the other side of the aircraft, couple luggage doors on this side, and of course, one little tiny boarding door right there. Actually, 3 luggage doors, so we got 2 in front of the wings and 1 back here. All that fun stuff on this side of the aircraft. And to move into the bottom here, you got the Gemini Jets logo, stand hole, other details printed on, beacon light up on the top, and the overwing exit details. And I didn't show the top and bottom of the Max 8, so sorry about that. But there it is right there on the bottom and also on the top. Very nice. Awesome, MD90 once again from Gemini. Hopefully they'll do some more of these. There aren't many options though with the MD90 now because they've done Reno Air, they've got Delta in the books. Don't know if they've done a China Southern one as of late, or China Eastern rather. But yeah, so hopefully they'll continue to use the MD80 series and the MD90 as we move forward. But what certainly can get a lot of usage is the 757-200 in the retro department, and that is exactly what we have to round out this unboxing with the Gemini Jets 1:400 scale United Airlines Boeing 757-200 with the Saul-Bass livery. I think, yeah, they last did this about 20 years ago. It's a very hard to find model. I think NG did this one as well, and that one is also very hard to find. So this is a great release for sure for those that missed out on those past releases, or if they're just looking for a United 7.5 Saul Bass and don't want to pay exorbitant prices on the secondhand market for it. So again, standard Gemini Jets box, nothing to report on, at least different from other unboxings. You'll know the drill at this point. There's the side of the box, item number GJUAL 1983, and a 2024 release is included. So let's open this up and see what she's all about. Excited. Another Retro 7.5 to add to the ever-growing retro collection. This one I've heard nothing major with, and yes, this is just gorgeous. Look at this beauty. The bottom is even polished too. That's a great effort there by Gemini. My goodness. Let's check the tail and horizontal stabilizers. They're all attached. Beautiful model from Gemini. Awesome effort once again. And here she is, the United 757-200 Saul Bass by Gemini Jets. Let's go ahead and bring this lovely thing into view. Try to center the aircraft this time so I don't have to move the camera around and all that. But here we go. Starting off with the front nose cone, a little fleet code there, 5236 I think is what it says. There's the cockpit windows, which look really good. Printing's awesome despite the mold deficiencies. L1 door and the nose gear, which is again very tall, but we've talked about that I don't know how many times at this point. And move on to the United Saul Bass and then the United titles. There's one antenna up on the top. L2 door and then overwing exits right there, and uh-oh, that ain't good. Just lost a wheel. Ouch. I think that must be user error in that case because, yeah, I was starting to roll it. I haven't had that issue with the 7.5, so not sure why the gear came off. Try to see if I can get that back on. There we go. Okay. So just have to remember, don't roll it so much because that's going to easily fall off again if I roll it any further. So I'm at least glad it fell off whilst I was doing the review and not unboxing it because I was not going to be able to find that wheel if so. So I'll just have to be careful with that. There's American flag, registration November 536 Uniform Alpha, rear boarding door, and then the United tail. And I'm running out of SD card space, so I got to move quick. So top of the aircraft right there, or bottom of the aircraft, excuse me, and then the other side right here, on top there. Awesome effort by Gemini Jets here. So running out of SD card space, the first time I ever had that problem with this camera, but we got to make do with what we can. Awesome models here, would highly recommend them. Retro reviews will be done on these two, so be on the lookout for that. And that will conclude this unboxing video. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.